Hello and welcome to the Growing Green podcast. Your host, Jeremiah Jennings, is the owner of Growing Green Landscapes in Birmingham, Alabama, and has a passion for growing the entrepreneurship community for those who are young in business. Being a business owner isn't easy, especially in the early years, and that's why in this show we dive into a wide range of topics covering all the challenges small business owners deal with. Even if your company is generating $1 million or more, the stories from our great guest and Jeremiah's own firsthand experiences will propel your business forward. And now, here's your host, Jeremiah Jennings.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in to episode today here on the Growing Green podcast. It's your host, Jeremiah Jennings, and I'm super excited to come to you today with another fresh episode for your Wednesday. Hope you guys are well, having a great week, crushing it out there. I want to come to you early this morning, late in the afternoon, maybe the next day, whenever it is you're listening, and hope that you are making progress in your business and in your life. There's a lot of things that go into it, a lot of things to figure out, a lot of good decisions to make, a lot of bad decisions to get over. There's a lot of things happening, guys, and I hope that I can help you a little bit with that as we go through the day-to-day life of owning and running a lawn and landscape company, or simply just any small business out there. And I want to tell you my experiences, share with you what I've done good, but what I've done bad, all along the way, what we're going through, and what that looks like. And today I want to talk to you really quickly, short show, Wednesday show here, really quickly on growing with cash versus debt. It's a very argumentative topic that can arise. There are people that want cash only. There are people that want, use debt or get off my bandwagon, right? Like, there's a lot of different opinions on this, and I want to talk to you and break it down a little bit for you today. Kind of what we've done, how we've done what we've done, good and bad that's come from it, and what that looks like. So, I just want to talk, first off, there's a lot of noise about this, right? Again, it's a very, very heavily discussed topic. What do we do? How do we do it? And I think at the end of the day, you need to sit here and say, what kind of growth can I actually live with? And a big portion of this is, what is my risk tolerance? And what is my family's risk tolerance? And we'll dive into that in a minute. Personally, I have grown using cash in the beginning, and I have grown using debt the rest of the time. And so we have used debt. We've leveraged debt 100%. And to today, we have leveraged debt on a lot of different things, a lot of equipment. We have a lot of debt on a lot of equipment, just like transparently we do. And we have done that, and it's helped us grow significantly in the past couple of years and get us into machines and not kill ourselves. And again, I think there's good and bad that come with it, because I believe that we're in a position now where we're laying the foundation to really grow a good company over the next 5 to 10 years. That comes with not killing yourself every day. You want good people, you can't go out there and just destroy bodies and backs. It comes with machines. I guess I'll share my story as we go through this, right? I want to think about and share with you the best way that I know how on this topic of an unbiased opinion, but just like a real personal life story of this is what we've done. Debt can accelerate your life and your income up or down, right? If it's used wisely, you can use debt to buy equipment, to save you lots of time, and to really grow revenue. Those are some really good positives for utilizing debt. We bought equipment, our mowers in the very beginning, we bought that stuff using debt, right? And we got really good mowers from the beginning, and we didn't push mow yards for 2 hours when we could have had a mower that did it in 30 minutes. And so we utilized that very early on. And I've never had an issue acquiring debt to take on a new piece of equipment. And so here's the danger to it, though, is like you get so caught up in growth and buying new equipment, buying new things, that you outpace how fast you can actually grow. Like, you don't have cash flow in place, and you don't have systems in place to support the business that you're building. That is a real life, real example that I have felt. When you have debt, cash flow has to be a top tier 1% priority. You have to have cash, because guess what? You have to make your payments every month on that piece of equipment or whatever it is. And you have to look at it and realize the bank's going to come calling whether you have cash or not. You got to be able to make those payments. And so as you progress through your life and your business journey, you have to look and say, do I have the cash flow to actually manage this stuff? And there's a point along the way where you have to say, okay, I don't now, but this is what this equipment will do for me. That's a dangerous road to go down. Can be done. You rely a lot on your sales ability at that point. What we did that worked when we bought our first mini skid was we rented that thing for like 2 or 3 months. On all of our jobs, we used that thing. And it was very inefficient, and it cost money. But then we started, and we were like, okay, the ball is rolling. Like, we're 3 months in this thing. We're getting this work. We cannot keep running to a not good quality rental yard and renting this equipment that is literally costing us more money, right? Like I said, it cost us money to rent this equipment, not in a good way, because the time that it takes me to run down to the yard, the time that it takes me to run down to the rental yard and pick it up and get it back to the job and all the stuff that comes with it, not good. Not good. Cost us money. Way more money than we make. And so, that's not true. Not more money than we make. More money than we should be spending. I got to add myself there. It feels like it costs you more money than you make, though, sometimes. So we looked at that and we said, okay, this is what we did. And so that's how we personally went about it. But you have to make sure you have your cash flow in place to do that. Do you buy the new truck, or do you stretch out an old one? Again, that is a decision that you must rely on, and you look at your abilities and your down times, right? I personally have bought new and used trucks. We've bought used trucks for $10,000 and put good work in them. We've bought used trucks for $10,000 and not had to put anything in it so far. We've also bought trucks for $10,000 and have put 15 or 20 or 30 in it by now. And so I've bought 3 trucks for $10,000 a piece. I bought a box truck, a 1500, and a 3500, all for $10,000 a piece. Used, we own them, and they've been good pieces of equipment. We've had downtime with them though, and that downtime costs you. And that's when you're growing your business, you have to be looking at these things of like, okay, if we do this, what is our downtime cost for if a truck goes down? So if I buy a box truck for $10,000, but I have 3 guys running that box truck and they're generating $1,500 a day doing maintenance, then it costs me that time plus the opportunity cost of what I could be doing somewhere else, right? Of if this truck is down, I don't have another one to back it up with. So you have to be thinking about these things when you go in to make these decisions of, okay, if I'm going to buy a $10,000 truck, sure, but what are the issues or what are the potential issues? How many miles does it have? If you're mechanically inclined or you have a mechanic on staff, it may make sense. Troy Clogg buys everything used. He has full-time mechanics and they fix everything up in-house. There's a possibility to that. But you have to be thinking about how, if you're not that way, right? If you're not mechanically inclined, then how long is the truck going to sit at the shop before you get it back? Because not only are you missing like 1 day's worth of revenue, you're missing potentially 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, you don't know. And so, and you have your repair costs on top of that, right? Like, transmission blows, you miss a week worth of work to get the transmission replaced, and you have the repair costs of $4,000, right? Plus whatever cost. Maybe you recoup some of that opportunity cost because you go rent a truck for that time. But if you're in a box truck, you're all in on that truck, so you may not have a trailer to pull everything with. So you got to be looking at these things very openly and honestly and say, okay, I could pay $1,300 a month for a new box truck, lease it, buy it, whatever. $1,300 a month for that, but I'm going to have no downtime and I'm going to have no repair costs. Right? That math may math. You have to look at that yourself and see and run those numbers, but you have to be doing it diligently, and it's not something that you just think about like, oh, I should probably, like it takes a little bit of insight to look into these things and think about it. So that's what I would say, debt. So some good and some bad from that. And guys, debt is stressful. Debt adds a lot of stress to your life. It just does. When you know you have not only 6 or 8 people's worth of payroll to run every week, but then you have skid steer payments and truck payments and everything else that comes with it. Like, it is stressful. It adds stress to your life. So if you cannot handle risk and you're not risk tolerant and that stuff really messes with you mentally, you have to consider that. Like, I will openly, honestly say we've probably over leveraged ourselves in our history of business, getting some things. But I will also say that, like, I'm pretty risk tolerant and that stuff doesn't really bother me that bad. Some people that I know, if they've been in positions that we've been in over the last 5 years, like, they would freak out. They would have a mental breakdown. And that's not nothing about me. It's not saying anything positive about me. It's just me, like, this stuff just doesn't really stress me out that bad. Like, we'll figure it out. We'll get through it. It just doesn't. And so, if you can't handle that, if that's not something, it's not how you look at life, and that's not a knock on you if it stresses you out, right? It's just a matter of fact. Like, it's okay if it does stress you out. That's just not the way that we continue to operate, if that's the case. So cash is going to take longer, 100%, right? But it's going to force you to make better financial decisions potentially, because you literally can only buy what you're working with there. And so as you think about it moving forward, what does that look like, right? Is it cash or is it debt? Then you got to consider, how long do I want to take to grow? Do I want to devote 5 years to this, right? Because I could get there in 2.5 years if I brought on some debt, or I could take 5 years, but I don't want to be stressed out about it. So consider that. It's going to make you run lean, right? You're going to run lean. You're going to maximize what you have, or you're going to take everything to the max because you got to get everything you can out of it. You can't just go buy new equipment, so it's not going to be an easy cop-out. And you're going to build systems, right? You're going to put systems in place before you scale, because you have to have them because you're limited on equipment, right? So these have to be optimized. What an easy problem to run into, which I've done myself, right, is you just go buy new things and then you don't actually fix a problem, right? Like a systematic problem of inefficiencies. So you got to be thinking about those things daily on when you're making these cash and debt decisions of what is this going to do for me in a positive way or a negative way. And you may look and say, it's going to slow me down, but it'll help you sleep better at night because, again, you're not up late stressing over payments. So just consider that. Take that for what it's worth. I just want to leave it with, it's a personal decision. It's a math decision, though. Like, there is emotions involved. There are emotions in what you can handle. It's a math decision of, do the numbers work? Do they not work? It's really that simple. Do you have profit margins in place, or are you not making any profit, so you probably should hold on taking on more debt, right? Like, you just got to look at these things in and out, and it's not, I wouldn't say it's easy to do, because it does take a little bit of financial insight and knowledge of what numbers to look at, what numbers to calculate and run. Like, I'm learning these things daily through my coaching that we're doing now. But you can easily do these things if you get around the right people and get the right people in your corner to help show you and teach you these are the finances that you should be looking at. I just want to leave you with this today of, like, listen, it's a big topic, right? I don't have the answer for you. I've seen people do it both ways. I've seen people grow with debt successfully, and I've seen people grow with cash successfully. But you don't have to build someone else's versions of success, right? Someone else's version of success is not for you. It doesn't have to be what they did. Don't look at the biggest Instagram influencer and say, he did this, so I can do that. That's not always the case. Put your family first. Put your mental health at the top. What can you handle? What can your employees handle? Can your business sustain it? And can you grow with it? When you make those decisions, it's going to help you out a lot. Run the numbers. Actually, truly run the numbers. Look at what you are considering buying. What is the ROI on it? Is it going to keep me moving, right? Is a payment going to keep me up and not have downtime? Like, we only have 6 guys, and guys, downtime kills us right now. Like, if that happens, we cannot have downtime. We cannot afford to have trucks not moving. And so, anyway, short show today. Not really a pick me up, more of an in the weeds show. But I hope that it made some sense to you. Again, I don't have the answers. I just want to get the wheels spinning for you and helping you decide, because we're heading into the winter. We're going to Equip Expo. You're going to see nice equipment, things you want to purchase, what all that looks like. Like, just consider these topics we talked about today, and hopefully these principles can help you and guide you as you move forward. So speaking of Equip, we have code GG50. We'll get you in there for 50% off through, I think almost all the way up to the show. But right now it's $15. That ends sometime in September. That ends. And so get in there for $15 today, GG50, that gets you in the door. Also, guys, like we talk about running your numbers, Element is what helps us do that, right? And I've preached Element, and I don't shove this down your throats at all. Like, I don't pitch you Element very hard, because I don't want you to think it's just a pitch fest. It is what we use on the back end of our business every single day. It's really the front end. It is the front lines of our company. Our crew uses it. I use it. My salesman uses it. Everyone uses it. Our bookkeepers use it. Like, everyone uses it. We could not do life without it. I will never not have it. I highly suggest you check it out. You can get a demo. If you use code Jeremiah, it saves you 10% off your software and your Greenius. So Greenius is the training platform. You want to start growing, you want to start bringing people on, you got to train them the right way. Greenius helps you do that. 10% off everything. Code Jeremiah saves you that on sign up. If you have questions about Element, let me know. I would be happy to chat with you about it. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope it brought you a little bit of value. Let me know if I can ever help you in the future. I just want to give a little bit of knowledge that I have, a little bit of life experience that I have, and potentially help you out as you go through your journey. So thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. Without any further ado, that's going to wrap this one up, and we look forward to catching everybody here on the next one.
Thanks for tuning in to the Growing Green podcast. It is an honor to have you listening, and we hope you receive valuable advice to help take your business to the next level. Don't forget to follow the podcast so you'll be notified when our next episode drops.